All right, welcome to the Fart Outpost. This is our 2-year gym review. We started this gym in January of 18. We ordered everything Black Friday, Christmas of 17, but it was out of stock. So we got it about the 9th of January, 2018. And here we are, June of 2020. And this is gonna be very different than the last couple of years because of the pandemic and stuff that happened in March and April. We pretty much flipped everything from Titan Rep Fitness to Rogue. So here we go. We'll start out, this was here last year, but this is an autographed picture by Brian Shaw, 4-time world's strongest man. And we love this. He autographed it to my son. Evan says he is gonna take that to college with him. As far as kettlebells go, so now we're getting to the weights. So as far as kettlebells go, we have a little guy for my wife that's 18 pounds. Then we have 2 30s, 2 40s, a 50, and a Rogue 70. As far as slam balls go, 35, 40, 45, 70. All of this stuff, all of these kettlebells were bought retail. All the slam balls were bought out of Rep Fitness's clearance section in Denver, Colorado. They're local to us, so we can drive up there, go through the clearance section and grab stuff. That is a Rep Fitness 12-pound medicine ball. That's mostly just for core work. This is a Rogue Strongman Sandbag. They did a special run of colored sandbags, 100 and 150. That's a 100-pound bag that we currently have loaded to 90, and very sturdy, no complaints. So good job. I think Steve Slater designed that. Good job, Steve. And then this is a standard Rogue 2-shelf storage unit. This thing is heavier. I mean, this is heavier than almost the weights we have. This thing is built like a tank. Got it off Facebook Marketplace. So there's that. We got this also off Facebook Marketplace. This is a 24-inch 2-speed commercial fan. When it gets hot down here, this is big enough for the entire space that you see today. It's a wonderful investment. I think it was 80 bucks or something, and we love it. This is a tire that we got for free that we use for dropping heavy things. These are some deadlift blocks slash things to step on that we just made. We got the basically got a beam from a recycling yard, and then these are just plumbing supplies from Home Depot. This is a plyo box that we made. If you saw the last video, you know we made this a couple years ago as a father-son project. It was just kind of a weekend thing. We got the plans off Pinterest, and it's probably 60, 70 bucks worth of wood. Okay, so over here, this is a new thing right here. This is our Rogue band and belt rack. We have all of our Pioneer leather belts on here. We have our Evolution Athletics signed by Brian Shaw. These are the belts that we use for stone days and days where we're going to be doing really, really heavy weights and we want to keep our back nice and warm. We'll put this underneath the Pioneer belt. We have some Spud Inc. Belts for the belt squat, and those also would work for weighted dips. So that was awesome. That's Rogue. Around here we have dumbbells that go from 5 all the way up to 75 pounds. I think there are only 2 pieces of Titan left in this entire space. One of them is the deadlift jack because it's a deadlift jack and it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and we don't need to have a brand name deadlift jack. That one works just fine. Again, these go up to 75. These are both Rep Fitness. Those are Ivanko Chrome calibrated powerlifting plates. We have 50 kilograms all the way down to a half a kilogram. That's the complete set, everything. I have a different video up on those, how we put them together, but it was a long couple weeks in 3 different states to get those, but we like them. That's kind of the crown jewel of the gym. It gets a lot of wows on the internet. We also have the Monster Matador attachment for this, and then this right here, if we cover this, the last time we met with you, let's go over to the light side, sorry. So the last time we met with everyone, we had Rep Fitness competition bumpers and we had CrossFit Games plates from 18. We've sold the Rep Fitness bumpers, now we have CrossFit Games 18, CrossFit Games 19. Obviously with the changes in CrossFit and the changes in Rogue's partnership with CrossFit, if they have 20s, we'll go ahead and get them, but we assume that'll be the last time we'll be able to buy those. I think if Rogue is smart, they'll come up with something else to put here because these end up selling really quick for them. But right now, everything's selling really quick for them, so they'd probably just leave it blank if people would buy it. We also have some calibrated plates of 25s And a couple sets of those. Those are for the Strongman logs. We have a full set of change plates in steel and in the grip ones. These are the ones that stick on the bar, so you don't have to put the collar over them. You can put them over the collar and they won't slip. There's a Rogue. This is a RM6 90-inch with the trolley arms. These are 48-inch trolley arms. And the monoliths. In my previous video where I reviewed this, I talked about how these monoliths were so much better than Titans. I figured out what it was. Inside here is 2 washers. Titan doesn't have that, and that's what makes it so smooth, and it just makes it easier to get in and out of your lifts. It just feels better. We've got a bunch of extra band pegs that we use for holding our collars, as well as holding all of our chains. We have a 7-foot 5/8 chain, 2 5-foot 5/8 chains, and then 4 feet of little tiny chains. so those are, I don't know what that weighs, but it's heavy when I use them. We have the same battle rope. We did get the battle rope holder from Rogue, and this is a Rep Fitness battle rope. We have the new Rogue landmine that has the knurled closure on it. These also have the knurled closure. I like those a lot. I think the last thing I want to say, since we just did a review of this rack, is if you come in here, you've got the different grip implements. We've got a 12-inch globe, we've got a 5-inch, we've got 2 3-inches, and we've got the anvil. All of these are great to increase your grip strength, and they're all held up on Rogue shackles, and those shackles are all held up with just some regular pins, just some quick hitch pins. These are all from Home Depot, 10 bucks each, 12 with shipping. I think that's the best way to go if you're gonna move these down and move them up a lot. Obviously, you can just take them out with a carabiner, but we weren't sure if we would want to use, obviously, if you want to hang off of the shackle and pull up or anything, you'll be moving those. So that was the best way to do it. This rack, being the monster, has the 1-inch hardware. It's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. We love it. Everything about this rack is wonderful. So another thing we added, besides all that, you can see there's just tons of new banners. We did get a custom banner made. We got this from a company online called Banners on the Cheap. I had my son put this logo together, and then we made our last name look like it was spray painted, kind of like it was tagged. And the company Banners on the Cheap, I think this is really heavy. It came with the rings to secure it. I think this was 20 bucks shipped. I think the banner was 13 bucks and the shipping was 7 bucks. I could be a little off on that. It depends on where you live, probably, is how much shipping is. But I could not be more impressed. I wish I had more wall space. I would have got a bigger one. But that's great. We're just over the top ecstatic about how awesome it is. So the next step here would be the logs. We ordered this log. This is the Rogue 12-inch, 142-pound competition Strongman log. It is a beast. It is absolutely just phenomenal. I love everything about this log. While I was waiting for this, it took 8 weeks. While I was waiting for this, someone reached out to me on a social media group and said that Pitbull actually does a lot of competition logs and I should check them out. So I ordered the Pitbull. This got here in 9 days. This took a little longer. You can see the difference in the size of them. The handles are the same diameter and they're spaced the same. I think it's 24 inches of spacing is what it said. But the log itself is a little bit longer and much lighter. This is only 90 pounds and this is 140. So they just feel very different because of that space. I'm not sure that we'll keep both. We may let go of the Pitbull. I'm not gonna let go of the Rogue. I may let go of the Pitbull. Let me see. We'll see how we feel. And then as far as bars go, we've had a ton of turnover. Last time you saw us, I don't believe we had the Chan. We had the Thor bar. Power bar, we had a blue Rogue deadlift bar, we had an Elite FTS safety squat yoke, and all of that's different now. So we have a Rogue stainless steel with the photonegative Cerakote Ollie bar. This is the top of the line Rogue Ollie bar. It's as good as it gets, and that's why it's on the top shelf. When people come over and lift with us, they don't get to touch this bar. And this is the Chan bar. This is the everyday, everything you want to do bar. We use this for pretty much any lift you could think of. We would use this bar. I've got spots open. When they open up the Zeus ordering, we're going to get a Zeus power bar with the far out twist on it. And my wife wants a Zeus Bella bar with a purple shaft and the chrome sleeves, which they don't make stock. So that'll be here. This is just your garden variety black zinc power bar. It's getting me by. The person that bought the Thor bar just wanted it. They really wanted it. So I sold it at a decent markup, and I bought this and had enough left over to buy the Zeus. This is the Kabuki shoulder rock. We had this last time. We got it a couple years ago on the Black Friday sale. Still use it, still love it. I don't assume I'll ever grow out of this or that it'll ever wear out. We're in a dry climate, so we don't have a lot of rust or anything. This will outlive me. This is a Texas deadlift bar. So I ordered this in March, and it came in April. I was lucky to get my order in before things got really crazy over at Texas Power Bars. I used this and the Rogue deadlift bar together for a couple weeks, probably a month or 2 months. And then I decided that this was the only one I was going to use going forward. I liked the whip better. I liked the knurling better. It just felt better. So that's what we stuck with. We sold the Rogue. The Kabuki Duffalo is still here, but to that point, it has been primarily replaced with this. This is a Rogue Rhino belt squat. This is, we can do everything from putting a bench here and doing low rows. We can stand on it and do curls. We can use the belt to do belt squats. It's got a ton of functionality for the footprint it takes up, because it does take up some room. But there's so many uses, and we love it. It's phenomenal. This is a great machine. Really glad we bought it. Got it on Facebook Marketplace. Just got lucky, found it, and we were able to make a deal. Primarily on this because those posts wouldn't hold a lot of bumpers. We went ahead and got a Rogue calibrated set. 25 kilos, 20 kilos, 15 kilos, and 10 kilos. That's more than I can do right now, but I'll grow into it as I get stronger. All of these wood boxes that hold the weights, we just made from Home Depot, 2 pieces of 2x10, and then you just measure the weights and cut them up, and pretty simple to do. You've all seen this. This is the Fire Station lap pulley. Fire Station was replacing all their weights, so they threw this up on Facebook Marketplace. We went and got it from them on a Saturday between calls. They stripped this down in minutes, threw it in my son's truck, and then we drove it back here. We had to walk it around the side of the house and bring it through this back door to get it in here. And it just barely, like the rack, it just barely fits. About 2 inches of room. Okay, and now we get to the final spot. We have the mag grips. Those are new this year. So we have 6 there. The only one we didn't get was the neutral close grip, but we got supinated and pronated close, supinated, pronated, neutral, medium, and then the wide only comes in the 1 grip. We kept all of the cap stuff that we had before, because believe it or not, we can use that on the belt squat to do curls and to do other things like rows, and we still use the triceps extensions here on this. As far as Atlas stones, I don't remember what we had last year, but we have, this is it now. This will be the last ones we have. Our stone run goes from a 12-inch 109 to a 14-inch 135 to a 16-inch 163, a 16-inch 174, a 17-inch 198, an 18-inch 221, and then the Alpha is the 18-inch 230. That's the biggest one I'll make, because for our family, that's the biggest one we're gonna be able to ever shoulder, most likely. We're not there yet. And we made that last year, so we haven't had a whole year with it. But we're working our way up. And then this is a Rogue Y1 yoke. We had a Titan last year. We just sold that in amongst all the other stuff we sold, like the Titan log and the bars, and we replaced it with this. Functionally, so the reason to switch something like that, functionally there's no difference, right? We can do all the same measurements, it weighs the same. Titan did a really good job of copying this, but this will just resell better. So if we get to a point where my kids inherit it and they don't want it, we don't even know if Titan will still be a company, but it's reasonable to believe that they could get their money out of Rogue products whenever. So I wanted to have Rogue as much as possible for resale in that. We used to drop in the tire. Alan Thrall, at Untamed Strength had the idea to cut up stall mats into 3s, put bolts through them. And so this is what we drop any heavy implement down here. We can drop deadlifts on it. We can drop Atlas stones on it, any of that kind of stuff. We'll still drop the Strongman logs on the tire because we need the height to be able to clean them. And then finally, last piece in the gym, we just got my wife the Ab Amigo and the Ab Mat. We're gonna have to install that later today. But this right here is a DIY reverse hyper. I have had kind of back problems my whole life, and I put this together. Someone on the Home Gym Facebook group, DJ Johnson, I'll get his name and I'll link it, but he put the plans out for this. I didn't do a great job, but I did a good enough job so it'll work. I've used it before every leg session. My back's never felt better. Never felt better. You know, could I lose some more weight? Yeah. Could I get stronger? Yeah. But I don't think it's a placebo effect. I think it's actually helping me. This is the Pioneer cut belt that I predominantly lift with. I ordered a new one of these in black with the far outpost on it. That's probably a couple weeks away. I'll do a review when I get that. But this is my primary belt. And then we have a 42-inch TV coming that we're gonna put on the bar. So that'll be there in a week or two. We gotta clean all the toys off. put the TV up, and that is the far outpost. So thank you very much. My wife says you should like and subscribe and hit the notification button. I don't know if any of that really exists, but thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.